What's up, everybody? It's Izzy, and in this video we're going to go ahead and continue the powerlifting nutrition series by talking about eating healthy for powerlifting. Now, for those of you who are familiar with nutrition parlance or nutrition terminology, you know what I'm talking about is actually called micronutrition. Micronutrition, very simply, is the vitamins and minerals and other little nutrients that you consume in your food. So it's not the protein, carbs, or fats, but it's things like vitamin A, B, C, D, E, all of that good stuff. Now, diet authors, health and fitness coaches, professionals, personalities really like to harp on micronutrition because it's a great way to differentiate your product from other products. You guys have probably heard of many of the diets out there. Zone, paleo, the Mediterranean diet, the fucking grapefruit diet. There's a ton of them, right? And most of them differentiate themselves based on the foods that you're allowed to eat or not eat. Now, here's the thing. We need to consider micronutrition from the perspective of a performance athlete, in particular a powerlifter. And this is going to be somebody who's primarily concerned with performance in the gym and on the platform and body composition. And as of right now, there is very little, if any, clinical research to suggest that food quality has a statistically significant impact on either of those aforementioned factors. That is, there's almost no, if not no, strong evidence to show that what foods you eat, the particular foods, make you stronger or weaker compared to a matched diet in terms of macronutrition. Same goes for body composition. If the macronutrition is equated, you're probably going to get the exact same results. Now, look, I'm not against eating healthy. I'm not against eating fruits and vegetables. I'm not telling you to go out and eat only Pop-Tarts and cookies and ice cream. I would never do that. It's irresponsible. However, I am saying that you need to keep in mind the relative importance of micronutrition for getting strong and for getting lean. And as far as we know, it's just not that important. I'll make practical recommendations later, but for now, suffice it to say that realistically, the types of foods you eat may matter for certain health markers, but again, it's difficult to discern whether that's due to the particular foods in given studies or due to the fact that these people are eating less and exercising more, depending on what study you're looking at. So again, is the effects of the from the specific foods, or is it just due to the improved lifestyle in general, losing weight, all of those sorts of things? And again, for a powerlifter, it's probably just not going to matter very much for objective markers. Now, the last thing I will say on that is that personally, I do subjectively feel better when I eat healthier. My mood is better, my overall energy is better, my motivation seems to be higher, and probably most importantly, I sleep a little bit better. So for those reasons, believe it or not, I'm actually biased towards high quality foods. I personally think that you should buy the highest quality foods that you can realistically afford in your budget without being irresponsible. You don't need to go to Whole Foods and blow your whole paycheck, as they say. Now, again, that said though, I have to say it one more time, it's probably just not that important in the long run if all you care about is getting stronger and getting leaner. So the next obvious question, in my opinion, is how do you eat healthy for powerlifting? Or more appropriately, what does good micronutrition entail for powerlifting? What are the practical recommendations here? Well, it's important to keep in mind that micronutrition is actually of the utmost importance in a sense, because without certain vitamins and minerals, you will develop certain deadly diseases. I mean, you will die. Malnutrition is a real thing, and it's very often related to micronutrient deficiencies. Now, all of that said, in first world countries, this is usually just not an issue, and for somebody that's following performance-based macronutrition, highly unlikely that you're not already doing excellent in terms of micronutrition. But as far as practical recommendations go, I do have 3 of them for you. And the first one is that you want to eat a wide variety of colors and flavors in your diet throughout the week. One of the most common habits that I see in prospective strength athletes, bodybuilders, all of these people is the tendency to eat the exact same things pretty much every single day, especially when they start counting anything. Now that really goes against the whole point of a flexible diet, like a macro-based diet, but people do it anyway because it's easier, it requires less discipline, and really requires less gymnastics with the numbers than eating different things every day, potentially eating out, all that kind of thing. However, it's possibly unhealthy for you, especially when you are doing that for long periods of time. Now you may have very little choice when you're in the deep end of a caloric deficit as far as the different kinds of food that you can eat, but when you're in a surplus you should really return to normal eating, and that means a variety of foods. So again, my first suggestion, eat a diet that has a wide variety of colors, red, yellow, green, and a wide variety of flavors as far as spices and herbs and all of those sorts of good things. The second is to make sure that you try to get something like 1 to 2 servings of fruit per day. And again, this is just to help you cover your macro or your micronutrient bases, get some more of those colors in the diet, add a wider variety of food. And again, just the point is, you're eating a couple pieces of fruit a day, you're unlikely to develop a variety of micronutrient deficiencies. The last one, perhaps most importantly, and the one that all of you guys and gals are most likely to ignore, is vegetables. Realistically, in my opinion, you should be having at least 1 serving of vegetables per 1,000 calories in your diet. So for most of you, that means something like 2 to 3 servings of vegetables per day. But I would actually recommend that as a minimum. You should have 2 to 3 servings of vegetables per day at minimum. And in my opinion, for best results as far as micronutrition and overall health, I'd prefer to see you have a serving of vegetables at every single meal. But again, to reemphasize, for performance and body composition, all of this stuff probably doesn't matter a great deal, assuming you're not doing something ridiculous like eating the exact same foods every single day that have absolutely no micronutrients in them. But again, wide variety of colors and flavors, 1 to 2 servings of fruit per day, and a minimum of 2 to 3 servings of vegetables per day, roughly 1 serving per 1,000 calories in your diet. At the end of the day, just make sure that you're eating a wide variety of foods, getting some fruits and vegetables, and you really have nothing to worry about as far as micronutrition goes. And again, this is not the thing to get caught up on. Please don't let anybody convince you that you need to eat certain foods and avoid certain foods in order to have a high performance on the platform or to improve your body composition significantly. It's just not true. If for the most part you're eating a good balanced diet, it's irrelevant whether you have a cookie, ice cream, starches, or whatever bad foods that someone has come up with, dairy, gluten, unless you have legit intolerance, celiac disease. I mean, here's the thing, it just does not matter very much in the long run. So pay more attention to your overall calorie balance, and your macronutrition. And as far as micronutrition goes, just use common sense and you're probably going to be 100% fine. Well guys, that's all I have for this video. In the next one I'm going to be talking about supplements for powerlifting, but I hope you found this one informative, entertaining, whatever, just worth your time. If you did, you guys know what to do. Like, share, comment, subscribe if you haven't already. And I hope your training is going awesome, and have a great day.